My name is Sophia Chen, and I'm standing in my brother Michael's backyard watching my family perform their usual routine of pretending I don't exist. The pool area is decorated with expensive superhero-themed ornaments for my nephew Lucas's 10th birthday, while my sister-in-law Amanda orchestrates the perfect Instagram moments. If you're watching this, drop a comment if your family has ever made you feel invisible at your own family gatherings. Gift table is for immediate family only, Amanda announces loudly as I approach with my wrapped present, steering me toward a side table labeled Others. The same Amanda who's wearing the Cartier bracelet she can't afford, living in a house with 3 mortgages they can't pay. What they don't know is that the custom-designed superhero cake being wheeled in contains more than just Madagascar vanilla beans and French buttercream. Hidden beneath the fondant is a message that's about to turn their perfectly curated world upside down. You see, while they've been dismissing me as the struggling sister, I've quietly built a tech empire worth $6 million. Lucas, darling, come take photos with your real family first, my mother calls out, deliberately excluding me from the frame. My nephew shoots me an apologetic glance. He's too young to understand the dynamics, but old enough to sense them. Before I tell you how I'm about to serve the sweetest revenge ever written in royal icing, hit subscribe, because sometimes the best message isn't the one you speak, it's the one you reveal. Slice by delicious slice. I catch the cake decorator's eye as she positions the masterpiece. She gives me a subtle nod. Everything is ready. In 30 minutes, they'll learn that karma comes with sprinkles. Growing up in the Chen family meant living by one rule: appearances are everything. My brother Michael mastered this early, becoming the golden child with his prestigious medical degree and country club membership. Meanwhile, my decision to pursue software development was treated like a personal insult to our family's social standing. The pattern of exclusion began subtly. Family photos would be taken while I was in the bathroom. Holiday dinner invitations would arrive too late for me to attend. Michael's achievements, his medical practice, his marriage to Amanda from the right family, his perfect house in the right zip code were celebrated with lavish parties. My tech startup victories were met with polite coughs and quick subject changes. Lucas's birth should have changed things. I tried being the devoted aunt, showing up with thoughtful gifts, attempting to build a relationship. But Amanda's gatekeeping was relentless. Family-only swimming lessons, intimate birthday celebrations, private holiday gatherings, each excuse more transparent than the last. Even my Christmas gifts to Lucas mysteriously got lost before reaching him. The materialistic scorecard was constant. Amanda's designer handbags versus my simple work clothes. Michael's luxury car versus my practical Tesla, which they assumed I'd leased. Every family gathering became a runway show of their supposed success built on credit cards and loans they couldn't afford. Real success means something people can see, my mother would say, adjusting her fake Rolex. The irony of her wearing counterfeit wealth while dismissing my genuine success was never lost on me. They measured life in labels and locations, while I built something that actually mattered. Only Lucas seemed to see past it. He'd sneak away during parties to show me his coding games, his eyes lighting up when I explained how computers worked. While my family was busy flaunting their financed lifestyle, I was silently building SecureFlow Technologies into a cybersecurity powerhouse. The same week Amanda was bragging about her new Mercedes lease, I was closing a $4 million contract with major banks. While they showcased their mortgaged mansion, I was acquiring prime real estate through anonymous holding companies. I kept my success carefully hidden, operating through shell corporations and maintaining a modest public profile. When Tech Innovator magazine wanted to feature me as rising star in cybersecurity, I used my middle name, Alexandra, and a photo where I looked just different enough. My family, who never bothered to read anything without designer labels, didn't make the connection. The wealth accumulated strategically. First million by age 30, then 3 million by 32, now 6 million at 34. I bought the building where Michael's medical practice rented space, through a company name they'd never connect to me. I acquired the debt of their country club through a private equity firm I controlled. Every time they mocked my little computer job, my net worth grew exponentially. My strategic planning was meticulous. I maintained a simple apartment for family visits, though I owned the entire complex. I drove a basic Tesla to their events, parking my Aston Martin in a private garage. When they discussed investments at family dinners, I played dumb while managing a portfolio that could buy their lifestyles 10 times over. The ultimate irony came when Amanda's social media consulting business pitched services to one of my subsidiary companies. She never knew that the rejection email came from a firm I owned, or that her desperate attempts to secure high society clients were being filtered through my technology. The truth about my family's finances emerged through an unexpected source, their bank, where I happened to be a major private client? Sarah Mitchell, my personal banker, called with interesting news. Ms. Chen, your brother's accounts are showing severe distress. Multiple mortgages, maxed credit cards, loans against his medical practice. I spent weeks quietly investigating. The perfect Chen family facade was crumbling. Michael's practice was hemorrhaging money due to mismanagement. Amanda's social media consulting business had 0 clients. Their mansion had 3 mortgages, the Mercedes was 3 payments behind, and Lucas's private school tuition was overdue. That's when Lucas's birthday party invitation arrived, a lavish, superhero-themed celebration at their backyard pool. Another expensive show of success they couldn't afford. But this time, it gave me an idea. I contacted Marie Laurent, the city's most exclusive cake designer. I need something spectacular, I explained. Superhero-themed on the outside, but with a special reveal. We spent hours planning the design layers of vanilla bean cake with a message written in edible gold leaf between each tier. The cost? $15,000. More than Amanda's monthly credit card minimum. The timing had to be perfect. The cake would be served at exactly 3 p.m., when all their social media-worthy guests would be present. The message would be revealed slice by slice. Congratulations, Lucas. Love, Aunt Sophia, CEO of Secure Flow Technologies, owner of Chen Medical Plaza, and holder of your parents' mortgages. Marie understood the importance of precision. Each slice will reveal part of the message, she confirmed. By the time they serve the final piece, everyone will know. I scheduled the cake delivery for 2:30 p.m., just late enough to build anticipation, just early enough to ensure maximum impact. I arrived at exactly 2 p.m., watching the performance of perfect family life unfold. Amanda fluttered around in her new Gucci dress, price tags carefully removed but still unpaid, directing hired staff she couldn't afford. Michael stood by the grill in designer casual wear, playing the role of successful doctor while ignoring the collection notices piling up at his practice. The gift presentation was a carefully choreographed show of status. Amanda's parents presented Lucas with the latest gaming console, making sure everyone heard the price. Michael's medical colleagues brought expensive toys, each gift strategically displayed to showcase their social standing. My present, a simple envelope containing coding class certificates, was quietly shuffled to the others' table. Lucas, darling, Amanda called out, positioning him for photos. Let's take some family pictures before the cake. As usual, I wasn't included. They arranged themselves by the pool, a perfect tableau of success built on credit cards and lies. Lucas kept glancing my way, confused by the constant exclusion of his favorite aunt. The tension built as 3 p.m. approached. Marie's assistant had positioned the cake perfectly, its superhero decorations drawing admiring gasps from guests. Amanda was already planning her Instagram shots, unaware that each slice would reveal her carefully constructed world was about to crumble. Such an interesting cake choice, my mother commented, eyeing the design, though perhaps something from the local bakery would have been more appropriate for your budget. Dear, the irony of her concern about my budget while wearing borrowed jewelry was almost comical. I checked my phone 2:55 p.m. In 5 minutes, the first slice would reveal the beginning of my message. Amanda was already gathering everyone for the cake-cutting ceremony, blissfully unaware she was about to serve humble pie. Make a wish, Lucas, Amanda chirped, positioning her phone for the perfect social media moment. The first slice revealed the beginning. Congratulations, Lucas. Love, Aunt Sophia. Amanda's perfectly manicured hands froze mid-cut. Keep cutting, I suggested sweetly. Everyone should get a piece. The second slice exposed more. CEO of Secure Flow Technologies. Michael's champagne glass slipped from his fingers, shattering on the expensive patio tiles he couldn't afford. What is this? My mother demanded, her borrowed tennis bracelet catching the sunlight. The third slice revealed, owner of Chen Medical Plaza. Michael's face drained of color as he realized his practice's building belonged to his struggling sister. Amanda's hands shook as she cut the fourth slice. And holder of your parents' mortgages. The pool area fell silent, except for the gentle splash of the fountain they'd installed on credit. Lucas, bless him, broke the tension. Aunt Sophia, you're a CEO? That's so cool. This is some kind of joke, Amanda sputtered, her Gucci dress suddenly feeling too tight. You can't possibly... I pulled out my phone, opening my banking app. Would you like to see the receipts? Or perhaps the deed to your house? Maybe the ownership documents for the medical plaza? I have them all right here. Michael found his voice first. But you're just a computer programmer who built a $6 million company while you were busy maxing out credit cards to maintain appearances. I finished for him. Funny how success looks different when it's real, isn't it? The party guests, their precious social circle, began whispering among themselves. Amanda's carefully curated image was crumbling faster than the cake. My mother clutched her fake pearls, finally realizing that her dismissed daughter had become the family's financial savior. This is ridiculous, Amanda Amanda shrieked, her Instagram-perfect composure shattering. "You can't just announce this at Lucas's party. You're ruining everything!" The irony of her concern for appearances while her financial house of cards collapsed wasn't lost on anyone. Michael attempted damage control, his doctor's authority crumbling. "We should discuss this privately, like how you privately mocked my career," I interrupted. "Or how you privately excluded me from family photos. Or perhaps like how you privately maxed out 3 credit cards to maintain this facade." I pulled out a folder containing their complete financial history. "Let's talk about the $47,000 you owe in back taxes." My mother tried intervention. "Sophia, darling, surely we can handle this as a family?" "Family?" I laughed softly. "Like how you handle Lucas's family-only events, or the immediate family gift table?" I turned to the gathered guests. "Did you know they've been borrowing money to keep up with your country club lifestyle?" Amanda lunged for her phone, probably to delete her social media posts, but froze when she saw her accounts were already locked. "My followers are mostly bots that I tracked through my company's security systems," I completed her thought. "Real influence is harder to fake than you thought." Lucas, wise beyond his 10 years, approached me with genuine curiosity. "Is that why you gave me coding classes for my birthday? Because you built all this with computers?" "Yes, buddy," I smiled, finally able to share my real success with the only family member who never judged me. "Sometimes the biggest achievements don't come with designer labels." Michael slumped into a poolside chair, his perfectly pressed chinos wrinkling. "What are you going to do? Evict us? Ruin us?" "No," I replied calmly. "I'm going to teach you the difference between appearing successful and being successful." The next hour unfolded like a reality show meltdown. Amanda's social circle evaporated faster than the pool water. Her closest friends suddenly remembered urgent appointments, leaving half-eaten cake and whispered gossip in their wake. The Instagram story she'd planned would never be posted. Her carefully curated life was now trending in the wrong direction. "The country club membership?" my mother whispered, horrified. "The private school? The summer house? All financed through loans I now control," I confirmed. Amazing how paper-thin success becomes when the credit lines freeze. I turned to Michael, who was frantically checking his phone. "Yes, those are real notifications from your practice's bank. All accounts require my approval now." Amanda's designer purse slipped from her trembling hands. "But the school charity gala next week, I'm the chair." "Was the chair," I corrected. "The committee might prefer someone who actually donated money instead of just pretending to." I slid a paper across the table. "Here's your current debt total. Impressive how many digits you can accumulate trying to keep up appearances." Michael attempted negotiation. "Surely we can work something out. We're still your family." "Like how you worked out excluding me from Lucas's life? Or how you worked out telling everyone I was the family failure?" I pulled out another document. "Here's your new monthly budget. Time to learn what living within your means looks like." Lucas, still wearing his superhero cape, looked between us all. "Does this mean I can finally tell everyone my aunt is a tech genius?" "Bobby's dad just plays golf." Amanda burst into tears, her expensive mascara creating dark rivers down her cheeks. "This is humiliating." "No," I replied calmly. "Humiliating is watching your family pretend you don't exist while they destroy themselves trying to look rich. This is just accountability." The news exploded through our extended family like a designer bomb. Aunt Helen, who'd always echoed Amanda's snide remarks, called in tears. "Darling, I always knew you were the smart one." Uncle Peter, who'd dismissed my career as playing with computers, suddenly remembered he had a tech startup idea to discuss. The social media implosion was spectacular. Amanda's influencer aspirations crumbled as her followers discovered her luxury lifestyle posts were funded by debt. The same women who'd excluded me from their charity committees now desperately sought introductions to the brilliant Chen sister. Their children suddenly needed coding tutors. Michael's medical practice colleagues shifted allegiances overnight. The doctors who'd laughed at his jokes about my little sister's computer games now wanted meetings about implementing SecureFlow's healthcare security systems. Their wives, who'd followed Amanda's lead in ignoring me, sent connection requests by the dozen. Forbes finally published the connection. SecureFlow's secret CEO, the sister they didn't see coming. The photo spread featured me in my simple clothes that cost more than Amanda's entire financed wardrobe. The article detailed my journey from excluded sister to tech mogul, turning years of family dismissal into a powerful narrative of hidden success. Lucas became my biggest champion at school. "My aunt protects banks with her computer programs," he'd announced proudly. "She's like a superhero but with code." The same parents who'd followed Amanda's lead in excluding me from school events now requested playdates at my modest penthouse. The sweetest moment came when the private school board, which had once dismissed me from parent events as not immediate family, now begged for a meeting. "We should have recognized the Chen innovation spirit," they said, pointedly ignoring Amanda's presence at the school gates. My phone buzzed constantly with messages from relatives, suddenly discovering their deep connection to technology. Each one received the same response, a screenshot of their past comments about my embarrassing career choice. 1 year later, the Chen family dynamics have shifted fundamentally. Michael and Amanda live in a modest but comfortable house, one they can actually afford. Their social media accounts now show real moments instead of financed facades. Amanda's discovered genuine talent in digital marketing, working her way up legitimately in my company's PR department. Lucas spends every Wednesday afternoon at my office, learning coding and cybersecurity. His superhero cape hangs proudly next to my industry awards, reminding us that real power doesn't come from appearances. He's building his first app now, understanding the difference between creating value and displaying wealth. The family gatherings have transformed. No more immediate family-only photos or segregated gift tables. Success is measured in authenticity, not accessories. Even my mother has learned to appreciate substance over status, though she still occasionally forgets the price of her new handbags. To everyone watching who's been excluded, dismissed, or relegated to the others table, your worth isn't measured by those who can't see past appearances. Sometimes the quietest person in the room is building an empire while others are building debt. Sometimes the excluded aunt becomes the most influential voice. If this story resonates with you, share your experience in the comments. Let's build a community where we celebrate real achievement over curated images, where success is measured by impact rather than Instagram likes, and where family means inclusion, not exclusion. Remember to subscribe for more stories about turning rejection into revenue and exclusion into excellence, because sometimes the best revenge isn't just proving them wrong, it's succeeding so authentically that their fake success becomes irrelevant. True wealth isn't what you display, it's what you build. Just ask Lucas, he's learning to code his own future, one line at a time. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful revenge stories. And if you've ever faced betrayal or family drama, feel free to share your story in the comments, because your voice matters here.